It's time to send the team to the championship game. We welcome you to the First Academy in Orlando, Florida for Game 3 of the semifinal clash. The Leesburg Lightning, who finished the season 18-14, pay a visit to the Orlando Snappers, finishers in second place, 19-13 in the regular campaign. Glad you're with us. Vic Masia, Esteban Velez alongside you. And Vic, most important game of the season for both of these teams.
It all comes down to this, Esteban. Who doesn't love a winner-take-all, a Game 3, more like a Game 7, and this is the best of the best, and we have been treated to two phenomenal games from both of these teams. We've seen really good pitching performances from the starters and the bullpen of both squads, and the three errors that we have seen have all accounted for a run, so make sure that that is something to look out for sure, that any error, any mistake by any team, whether it be a free pass, a wild pitch, or an error defensively, other teams are going to take advantage of that. And I think tonight the team that will win will most likely win because they have more timely hits, more extra base hits, and just more barrels and more contacts because the pitching staffs have been amazing. But then again, we're also seeing coaches third, maybe fourth guy in the rotation, so it might be they might be more vulnerable to mistakes, and we might see a better offensive game. But speaking of offense, I'll go ahead and give the starting lineup for the Leesburg Lightning to lead it off once again with Joey Irizarry playing in left field. Eli Thurman will follow him, batting in the 2-hole, playing in center field. Charlie Keller will hit third and play in right field. James Strom will bat fourth and play at first, followed by Ryan Jenkins batting fifth and playing at second. Cole Bolin will be behind home plate catching. Riley Fitzgerald will bat seventh and be the extra hitter. The other extra hitter, Ledger Pleasant, will bat eighth. And batting ninth, Reed Snyder, he'll play third base. Rounding out the order, Grant Jordan will play at short. He'll be the 10-hole batter for the Lightning, all behind their starting pitcher, Austin Petticourt.
Well, here's Julian Irizarry stepping in to lead things off, and he takes ball number 1 outside. That ball delivered by Corbett, who gets the start today for the Snappers. Take a look at Corbett's numbers. Small sample size for him, only his second start of the season, just 2 innings of work. There's ball number 2. Well, for Irizarry, this postseason, he's hitting .400. He had a nice day yesterday, 1 for 3 with a walk. 1 for 2 on Tuesday. Drew a free pass as well, and for the second straight game, we see him in the leadoff spot.
Right, it's usually been Thurman in the leadoff spot for the Lightning, but Irizarry getting that role for the past 3 games, it seems, or after the first game, excuse me. He did a great job last night, 1 for 3, also with a walk, so he was on the base pass. And look to see him on a couple times tonight, and he's already on so far here. And I was thinking about this game, and we could definitely be treated to another pitcher's duel, Esteban, but both of these offenses have been really, really good this regular season, and the Lightning are not going to leave as many base runners on for that long. You assume that their bats will be able to break out, and if they are, they get so many runners on in general that they should be able to put up a really big crooked number in a lot of these innings, and the Snappers can do the same.
Eli Thurman steps in. He's got strike number 1. Third walk of this postseason for Irizarry. Thurman finished off the regular season hitting .287. Takes that one for ball number 2.
The biggest surprise out of the outcome of this game would be a big win margin. I think that it's going to be a close game no matter what, whether that's low scoring or a slugfest. I think that these two teams will be very close at the end of this one.
1-2, the count on the 2-hole hitter. Thurman 0 for 4 on Tuesday, had a strikeout. So more success yesterday at his own playing grounds, 1 for 3. The 1-2, Irizarry stays at first, and Eli Thurman swings and misses. That's the first out of the ballgame. We take a look defensively at how Orlando lines up. In the outfield, covering some grass, going from left to right, it's Walburn, Fields, Irizarry. Hudson Gwynn for the 3rd straight game. He's got himself a spot in the hot corner. Matthew Farner, Grant Como, double play duo. And Julian Mercado, the first baseman. Meanwhile, Austin Persinski back at the plate. 5th straight game doing the catching this time for Corbett.
And he's just an excellent defensive catcher, and he's actually hit the Lightning pretty well in the past week that we've been playing you guys. Had a walk last night, 2 strikeouts, but still finding himself on the base pass. And, of course, his amazing defensive efforts have been the main reason why he gets the start behind the plate for all these games, the past 5.
Charles Keller got an 0-2 count. Hottest Lightning hitter. Best in the regular season, .313 his batting average. 2 for 3 yesterday, a home run and a double, a big reason why the Lightning were treated to the victory.
Right, some early run support. You love to see first inning runs from the Lightning. It makes it easy for Tanner Walker to settle in.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Corbett. He's settling in nicely. 2 down.
Yeah, 2 quick strikeouts after the leadoff walk, and the Lightning really do not strike out much. They had just 4 strikeouts in last night's game, and that is in large part why they were so successful. But they had a lot of chances to put up crooked numbers and only came away with 4. That speaks a lot to the Snappers pitching staff being able to navigate through jams.
Irizarry's going. Persinski has some trouble corralling that one, and Irizarry will advance 90 feet to second. First runner in scoring position of the night.
And here's an opportunity. Runner in scoring position, yes, they're 2 outs. But these are the type of situations which separates a non-playoff team from a playoff team. The ability to get not just 2-out hits, but get a runner in from second base. The Lightning have struggled to do that. And it's going to be tough to beat the Snappers tonight if they don't.
1-0 on James Strom down the middle for a 1-1 count.
Bases loaded last night. Tyler Garcia was able to navigate through after struggling. Borbely got into some trouble too, just surrendered the 1 earned run.
1-1. Strom fouls it off himself. The .257 hitter for the regular season has got a 1-2 count.
And even Rylan Happel pitched 3 innings. Yes, he gave up the 2 runs, but it could have been a lot more damage. He was able to lock in and figure his way out of a little bit of a jam. They're walking 4.
Let's see if Corbett can do the same early in this one. 1 in scoring position, 2 away. Here's the 1-2. Strom eyes it outside. James Strom, a couple of 1-for-4 performances. Had that on Tuesday, had that yesterday as well.
Love to see that bat get hot. He could be a key contributor in the middle of the order.
2-2 to the backstop. Persinski will play it on a couple hops, and Irizarry will advance to third.
And those are the type of mistakes that the Lightning will take advantage of. But Corbett, of course, that last wild pitch, I don't foresee him throwing another one like that. So the Lightning are going to have to manufacture their own runs. They've got a great opportunity. A base hit easily scores Irizarry.
3-2, count is full. Strom takes a look at strike number 3. After a leadoff walk, 3 straight retired via the K for Garrett Corbett. We head to the bottom of the first, nothing after the top half. We welcome you back to TFA. The bottom of the first is approaching. We take a look at the battery for the Snappers. Leading things off will be Blake Fields, followed by Matthew Forner, Grant Como, Hayden Gustafson, the first 4. Travella, Mercado, Warburn, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Hudson Gwynn along with Persinski and Irizarry in the mix.
And the pitcher for the Lightning, Austin Pettycourt. For Pettycourt this season, has looked fantastic. A 1.80 ERA. 8 appearances, 2 starts, 15 innings pitched, 14 hits given up, though just 3 earned runs, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. His last time out was July 17th against the Snappers, and that was a 3-inning night for him. His second start of the season, gave up 2 hits.
Well, he's going to give up one more here, potentially. Throw to first, not in time. There it is. Blake Fields like the first pitch. He's got himself a single.
3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run on his line. It was a home run, but besides that one mistake, walked just 1 batter, hit another, but 3 strikeouts in those 3 innings pitched. So Snappers know him fairly well. And Blake Fields, of course, definitely after that base hit.
So in steps Matthew Farner with Fields, who's committed to the University of Houston. He's at first. Matthew Farner struggling in these 2 games in the postseason play, 143, his batting average so far. Swings and misses at the first pitch. And that's very unusual for Farner. He hits .376, second best snapper in the regular season, right behind Blake Fields himself.
Yeah, Lightning have done a good job at containing him as of now, and that's been huge. That's why the Lightning have been in these games so closely. He's quieting down some of the best bats for the Snappers. Also, Gustafson quiet last night. He was 0 for 4 in the game 1.
Farner in the hole, 0-2. Petticourt delivers. Matthew goes down swinging.
That's huge, absolutely huge. Big confidence booster for Petticourt. Of course, that was a clean base hit for Blake Fields, but then again, it was soft contact that he induced, and giving you the defensive rotation for the Lightning. James Strom's at first, over there at second, Ryan Jenkins, Grant Jordan at short, Reed Snyder at third, and then Irizarry in left, Thurman in center, Keller in right field, the battery, Petticourt, and Cole Bolin.
Como to third. That one skips past the glove of Snyder into fair territory. Blake Fields is running all the way from first. He's trying to try and score. Here's the throw to home. Field is safe. To third, Como is safe. RBI double by Grant Como. He's 90 feet away from making it 2-0 Orlando.
That's a really tough ball for Reed Snyder to be able to grab. And just unable to pick it, going with the backhanded pick. And Irizarry had to cover a lot of ground. A good send by the third base coach for the Snappers. Just unfortunate for Petticourt.
Aggressive start by Orlando. Here's Hayden Gustafson, who takes ball number 1. Yesterday it was the Lightning jumping ahead 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Orlando would love to accomplish that feat tonight, maybe even more runs in this first inning. (1-0) Gustafson sees ball number 2.
Good job by Cole Bolin to realize that Como is trying to get to third base. I think a lower throw they would have had him, but Como was just able to slip under the tag.
Gustafson 1 for 7 these last 2 games. 3 balls, no strikes, and that one misses.
Not by much. Looks like a pretty good pitch from Petticourt. Just not going to get the call.
Here's a 3-0. Gustafson lines it towards left, wrong side of the pole as it tails foul, out of play.
I've seen him hit a couple of foul ball home runs. Just a little early on that last pitch from Petticourt, who has to be very careful on how he handles Gustafson, who's just waiting to break out here in the playoffs.
Second most home runs in the Florida League. He had 5, right behind Gavin Thomas, who had 1 more. (20 RBIs in regular season play for Hayden as well. Hitters count 3-1. Gustafson fouls it off, 3-2.
Like that from Petticourt, still challenging Gustafson. He's not really letting that foul ball home run really affect how he handles Gustafson. He's not shying away, he's attacking him, and I really like to see that, though he does have to be careful. Still don't want him to walk Gustafson here. Mario Trivella is just as good as a bat in the on-deck circle, and you don't want him hitting with 2 on and 1 out.
Here's the full count delivery. Infield playing about halfway. 3-2. Gustafson into shallow center field. Long run for Thurman. He can get to it. 2-0 Orlando. An RBI single for Hayden. And that brings home Grant Como.
That's really unfortunate. Petticourt doing everything right there. Still challenging Gustafson. He induced weak contact, induced a little pop fly that just went into no man's land and nobody could grab it. I think if Jenkins is playing maybe in normal depth or really far back, he might have had a chance, but that landed pretty well in front of Keller, and it would have been a really long run and tough grab for Jenkins, obviously playing up to try to potentially save that runner and Como coming to score.
Travella fights off the first pitch. Similar result in Hayden Gustafson's at bat right there compared to the one we saw yesterday in the ninth inning.
Right, exactly. Not hard hit, but plays perfectly. That's just a great job. It's a big league type of hit. Not necessarily finding a barrel, but able to, move your hands around, move your body around to make solid contact.
Mario trying to do exactly that, and he will. Towards the right side, right in front of Keller. Back-to-back-to-back hits for the Snappers.
Yeah, and that's 4 hits in the inning. And I said it during the pregame. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another pitcher's duel, Esteban, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a slugfest. Both of these offenses have been very quiet. The Lightning, a total of 5 runs in the first 2 games, and the Snappers with a total of just 4. And that is very unlike these two teams, especially when they play with each other. We're used to a lot of extra base hits, a lot of runs being scored, usually more for the Snappers as of late. Lightning just 2-5 on the year against them.
Julian Mercado steps in, and he calls for time.
So I could see it going both ways. If we do have a high-scoring game here, I still think it'll be close. But I said it before, these offenses are just not going to stay quiet for that long. It doesn't matter who you throw out there. And remember, we're in Game 3, Esteban. Not really remember for you. You obviously know. But for those at home, we're in Game 3. So these aren't going to be the most top-notch pitchers for both sides, at least in Petticourt. And assuming that, the Snappers would use their best guys in games 1 and 2. And that doesn't necessarily mean that these guys that are pitching here tonight can't perform as well, but they just might not be as dialed in as some of the first 2 guys.
First pitch strike on Julian Mercado. Coming off a multi-hit performance 24 hours ago. Takes that one for a called strike number 2. Only the second time this season for Julian, and he's had more than 1 hit in a ball game. First in postseason play for him, he was yesterday. He's got a 0-2 count. Gustafson playing some games. Petticourt misses below. 1-2.
I love how Petticourt is not getting caught up in whatever Gustafson and Travella are doing on the base pass, dancing around a little bit. Obviously, trying to get into Petticourt's head a little bit, trying to create motion out of the corner of his eye and potentially get him to balk, or just make a mistake, or just be able to mess up his command. But he has stayed true to it.
1-2. Mercado, a tapper, right back for Bolin. He'll play the first, and a strike delivered to Strom. 2 away, but now 2 in scoring position as both Gustafson and Travella advancing 90 feet for Hudson Walburn, who steps in for the first time tonight.
Yeah, the only play that Cole Bolin had was to first, and he makes it. Unfortunate the runner is advanced, but there's no shot to get Gustafson or Travella.
Hudson Walburn looking to avenge an 0-for-3 game yesterday. He's got 2 in scoring position and a 1-0 count.
Also really big that the Lightning pitching staff was able to contain him last night. He's another heavy hitter for the Snappers. And 1 through 10, they really can hit. And that is why they have so many home runs on the year, most in the Florida League.
Walburn unloads to left. Another one that will creep just foul.
Oh, man. I might have had to get up and pack my bags after that one. I'm almost spoken into existence.
Walburn has 4 long balls this season, 19 RBIs. The downside for the right fielder, 28 strikeouts. He's the team in that category.
Yeah, a guy with so much power oftentimes will struggle with the strikeouts. See that in every level of baseball.
1-1. He takes it for ball number 2.
Batting in the middle of the order, there's no doubt that he's going to go up there with a power swing in mind. And sometimes when he gets down to 0-2 in the count, might be a little too late to go with the contact approach. Sometimes he might be thinking 0-2 is still using that power. That's what might get him into trouble.
Petticourt's 2-1. Auburn takes ball number 3. For Petticourt, the negative right now, not only that you're down 2-0, but also that pitch count is starting to spike up a little bit more as the inning progresses.
Right, exactly. And the good thing about it is Coach Billings uses his bullpen so sparingly, so everyone is really ready to go. James Hill and Tanner Walker, who started the game, would be the only 2 guys I would think that wouldn't be able to go. Of course, only used 5 pitchers, so everyone else is ready.
Wauburn has to avoid that one. They'll say he did not clip him. Gustafson racing home. He won't be the tag, but he'll be safe as that one skips away from Petticourt, and Travella comes in to score as well. Oh my, Orlando, you guys can run. 4-0 ball game.
Now batting for the Snappers.
I might have to plead the fifth on that one. That is very, very unfortunate. And that's just, that right there is, it just can't happen to the playoffs. I mean, so many things could have been better on that sloppy play, but got to hand it to the Snappers. They can run, and they will make you pay. And that's what great playoff teams do. They will take advantage. Of course, an easy ball to take for Wauburn, but heads-up play by Gustafson to race home, and then Travella right behind him. That's just putting the pressure on the defense, making them make every single play, and the Lightning could not. Also saw that last game with Tanner Clark, the third base coach, sending the runner home with very gutsy send, but it does require a really good throw home. And it wasn't the best throw, but that's just kind of what I'm talking about is want to put pressure on the defense, and that's exactly what the Snappers did.
Hudson Gwynn has a 1-1 count with Wauburn at first. Here's the 1-1. Hudson's going to second, and Hudson Gwynn crushes this one into deep center field. Thurman racing to the wall. He's out of room.
And that's a 2-run
Hudson
homer.
Gwynn delivers a 6-run first inning for the Snappers. What a ball game for Orlando.
I was hit to one of the deepest parts in the ballpark. I thought he got a little bit under it, and that's where that short porch helps you a little bit. You might think that hit it too far in the air or too high in the air, but that ball flies, and the wind has been blowing out towards center field directly to where he hit it pretty much since a couple hours before this game started. So, of course, the wind on their side and a 6-pot put up, and that is just a brutal blow for the Lightning.
6-run first inning. There's ball number 1 on Austin Persinski. The infield for the Lightning will have a meeting. There's some bullpen action going on as well for the visitors. 95 miles per hour off the huge bat of Hudson Gwynn. There's no stopping that one here at CFA.
Not at all, and it would have been an easy 2-bagger if we were at Pat Thomas Stadium, and maybe even 3 bags. Would have been tough to get, so either way, a run would have come around and score, whether we're at Pat Thomas or we're here. And with the way the Snappers have been hitting, they're likely probably going to get that runner in Hudson Gwynn if that wasn't a home run. And this is shades to early on in the season when the Lightning struggled in the first inning. They've struggled this whole season in the first inning, but they've cleaned things up a lot. Coming into this game, they've given up 33 first-inning runs, but the past week or so, week and a half, the Lightning haven't given up any first-inning runs. And that has been a really good sign for this team despite them struggling through the last week. It wasn't the first inning runs that did them in, it was the lack of offense. And here they need a lot of offense to help the pitching staff who is struggling right now. But a 7 spot put up by the Sanford River Rats in the first game of the season, then a 4 spot put up in the second game. Lightning really struggled for a good bit.
Persinski gets under this one, elevates it towards the left side. Arizari jogs a bit forward, and he's got it in his glove. I think Orlando is pretty happy right now. 6 runs in the bottom of the first. They lead it 6-0 as we head to the second. Top of the second inning. Vic, you talked about it. Leesburg's offense needs to get going.
Yeah, they really do, and 6 runs seems like a lot to come back from, but it's still very early, and we have seen the Lightning put up crooked numbers as high as 6 in a single inning, so they can do it, but the Orlando pitching staff has been really good, so it's going to take, a lot of hits from the Lightning, and it will also take some mistakes from the Snappers. You saw the Lightning have some mistakes. That error by Cole Bullen, which ended up bringing 2 runners around. Well, the error only brought the 1 runner around, but still 2 runners came around on that one single wild pitch. But if the Snappers have some miscues and the Lightning string together some hits, they're right back in it.
Jenkins gets jammed towards the right side. Tough play for Mercado, covering his petticoats. Check that Orlando starter. That one skips off of him. And that will be a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, we'll see how it's scored. I think it should be a hit. That's a really tough play. Though it did seem like Mercado and Corbett did have a chance to make it. I think they would have beat Ryan Jenkins with a better throw. Just Julian Mercado not really leading Corbett to the bag, and he had to stretch. It seemed like Corbett did everything right, but you can see here he had to stretch behind him, and that's never good to do, especially on turf, and it looks like his feet kind of slid out from under him. So a better throw from Mercado, and they likely have Jenkins, but could go either way, so we will see.
This one skips away. Jenkins going to second. Persinski fires. Miscue.
And that's exactly what the Lightning need to do. Early base stealing. First pitch, Ryan Jenkins is going, or excuse me, that wasn't, I don't believe he was going, actually. I think that was a great read from Jenkins, but that also speaks to my point, is balls in the dirt, they don't necessarily have to kick away from Pierzynski or any catcher for that matter. If the ball's in the dirt and a runner on first has a good read, they should take their chances, try to head to second base. That's exactly what Ryan Jenkins did. Yeah, he read that perfectly. I'm watching the replay right now.
Cole Bullen takes the first strike of his at-bats. Second runner in scoring position tonight for the Lightning. One in the first, one in the second so far. Bullen this postseason hitting 125 after hitting 229 in the regular campaign. There's ball number 2.
So that does go down as an error. I do agree with that because I think that they had him at first with a better throw from Mercado leading Corbett to the bag. But the Lightning will take it. They have been given a lot of gifts this season, and that's been their main way of generating a lot of offense.
2-1 to Bolin towards that left side. It's going to sneak through to second. Check that left, and then Gwynn will cut it off.
Just keep the line moving. That's what Leesburg has to do. They can't be thinking one swing of the bat, try to get back into this game. Just base hit after base hit. We've seen the Lightning struggle with extra base hits, and although those would be nice and definitely creates more havoc on the base pass, a single is a single, and if you can string together enough of those, you will score more runs. That last play, Jenkins had a hold up to make sure it got through the hole. But on some other singles, especially up the middle or towards the right field, Jenkins is going to go and score from that.
Fitzgerald takes ball number 1 below the knees.
And as much as we all don't want the Lightning to have to rely on mistakes and miscues from the Snappers, you do realize that they're down 6 runs. Snappers don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon, so anything will help, whether it's the Lightning stringing together their own momentum or the Snappers helping them out with that. A combination of 2 would be deadly.
Fitzgerald with runners at the corners. Bolin stays at first. That one misses upstairs for ball number 2 on the off speed.
Yeah, it looked like Corbett liked it. Just didn't get the call from the home plate umpire.
Riley in his 3rd year with the Lightning. 2-1. He likes it. Double play territory. There's Como, goes to second. That's a first, and that's all Orlando will get. As the Lightning break through on the scoreboard, 6-1 the ball game.
Fitzgerald doing his job, getting Ryan Jenkins in. That is huge. Obviously don't want those play to result in an out, but you will trade an out for a run in this case so early on in the game, just at least to get yourself on the board and hope that Ledger Pleasant can keep the line moving.
One away, one at first. Here is Pleasant. Swings at the first pitch into shallow center field. Como's going back, but Blake Fields is there. No problem. 2 down.
Now batting for the Lightning, the third baseman, number 32, Reed Snyder.
Reed Snyder coming off of his first extra base hit last night. It was an RBI double. I was surprised that he hadn't found gaps during the regular season, but he has been an excellent batter for Coach Billings. Coming into this game, hitting .268, 22 knocks and 82 at-bats, scored 15 runs. Not as many RBIs as you would think, but still a very productive hitter. Does not strike out a lot, just 8 strikeouts on the season. Out of all the guys that are here currently, that is just 3 more than Grant Jordan, and of course Reed Snyder's played in a lot more games.
He takes strike number 1. He didn't like it. Thought it was a bit too inside. 1 for 7 so far the last 2 ball games. Does have an RBI to his credit. Oh, 1. 0-2.
Yeah, Corbett's got him right where he wants him. Reed Snyder did strike out in yesterday's game. 1 of just 8 on the season. Such a low number.
0-2 delivery. Pokes it into the outfield. In the air for Walburn, who's got it in left for out number 3. Well, the Lightning get on the scoreboard. They put a run across, but it's still Orlando leading the way after 1.5 here at CFA.
Gentlemen, your attention, please. Now on the mound for the Lightning, number 19, Esteban Rojas.
It wasn't a steal in the first place. That was a wild pitch, runner scored, and then an error on the second baseman. Actually, it wasn't even one steal. There was negative steals on that play. I gotta read it. Esteban Rojas. Yes. Stefan.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Marcelo? Well, when you give up 6 runs in the bottom of the first, 9 times out of 10, you'll see a new pitcher for the second inning, and that's exactly what we'll see out of the Lightning. Esteban Rojas will take over.
Yeah, 100%. Austin Petticourt just didn't have his best stuff tonight, so unfortunate for him, but he gives way to Esteban Rojas. He's had a really good season despite coming late. 3.72 ERA, 1-1, 8 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 9 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Has walked 12 batters, which has been the struggle. He's also struck out 14. And he hopes to give Coach Billings at least a couple of innings in relief, but it will be largely a bullpen game, I do assume.
He faces Julian Daniel Irizarry. When you get 2 Irizaris, it messes you up.
Yeah, it does. I know. I made the same, almost made the same mistake last night. And for Esteban Rojas, last time out, was back on the 22nd. That was against, of course, the Snappers in Game 1. Pitched an inning, and it was a clean bill. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout.
Well, what's even more confusing, I actually called him Julian earlier today because we have a Julian.
Oh, to his face?
To his face. We were in the dugout, and I was like, hey, Julian, can you move real quick? And then he looked at me, didn't say anything. I'm like, Julian, can you hear me? And then I'm like, oh, wait, no, you're Danny. You know?
Ooh, yeah, that's not a good look, Esteban.
I've been messing it up this whole season.
Yeah, mistaking a Lightning player or mistaking an Orlando player for a Lightning player. Ugh.
I like to think I mistake an Orlando player for another one.
Okay.
Because we have a Julian and we have a Danny.
Right, but it was the Irizarry Julian part, you know. It's okay. They will all make mistakes. You could be a Lightning fan at heart. It's all right. I won't shame you.
We'll keep it at that. Top of the lineup, Blake Fields with 1 away. Fouls his first pitch off, 0-1.
And going back to Petticourt, he started his outing sitting around 81, 82 with that fastball velocity. And then as obviously the inning progressed and he started getting more and more into trouble, it crept up 84, 85, and then finished throwing 87, 89. So he definitely got riled up. And that's exactly what happened the last time he pitched against the Snappers, an uptick in his velocity. But that adjustment just wasn't enough. And the Snappers were absolutely not fooled by him with their 5 hits last inning.
Oh, 2 to Blake, who had a single in his first at-bat. Takes that one outside.
Rojas will give a little bit more velo than Petticourt will. Going upper 80s, maybe we'll touch low 90s.
2-2.
So important to get Blake Fields out. Had a base hit last inning, came around to score.
Even count. Fields fights it off, stays alive.
Saw him do that so much last night, just spoiling pitch after pitch. And although the Snappers did drop that game, they did get the Lightning pitching staff to waste a lot of pitches thrown in that game.
2 for 5 in the playoffs, Blake, coming into today. He's hitting exactly 500 after that single earlier, 3 for 6 in the last 2 ball games.
Tanner Walker with 79 pitches. That's the most that any pitcher for Coach Billings has thrown so far this summer.
2-2 misses, ball number 3.
Scott Updike had just 18. James Hill had 40. Bertolf just 15. Titmore 24. So I was right.
Full count, and Fields a line drive to third, but Reese Snyder is there. 2 down.
He's just been such a sure-handed glove over there at third base. That double by Grant Como just out of his reach, and it was just too hot to handle off the bat. It was a one-hopper, and you got to snag that backhanded. There's no way that he could move his body to try to block that one up, and that one unfortunately got by him. That line drive, not so much, and he's just been great. But I was right in the sense that it's just Tanner Walker and Scout Updike, or excuse me, Tanner Walker and James Hill, the only pitchers that cannot throw in today's ball game. Berthoff, Tipmore, and Scout Updike can all throw, having been under 25 pitches. Woo!
Farner dodges out of the way. Ball number 2.
That sweet chin music as he buzzed the tower. See if Rojas try to go off the plate a little bit, set up the outside part of the zone.
2-0. That's what he did, and took success, 2-1.
Yep.
Get you down there to coach, huh?
I know, right? I just know what they're thinking. Same spot. Let's see it.
Maybe he was intending to.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, the window is open, so you got good ears. Maybe you could listen out for me.
3-1 to Farner. Gets jammed into shortstop of Jordan, who backtracks into the grass and puts it down for the 3rd out. 1 run for the Lightning in the top half. No runs in the bottom of the 2nd for Orlando. We'll see you in the top of the 3rd. Grant Jordan will lead things off in the top half of the 3rd inning for the Lightning. It'll be Jordan, and after that, the top of the lineup for Irizarry and Thurman. 10, 1, and 2 for the visitors.
Grant Jordan 1 for 2 in last night's game, scored a run, walked twice. He was all over the base pass, and still struggling a little bit at the plate, hitting just a $146, but he was one of the later additions. 6 hits, 7 RBIs, so he does make his hits count, and he's been a sure-handed glove over there at short despite that error last night, which did result in a run coming around for the Snappers. But besides that, he has just been rock solid at shortstop, and one of those positions where you can afford having a weaker bat in the lineup for such a great defender.
Swings and misses, strike number 2.
Really good job by Steven Rojas to get a 1-2-3 inning. Hopefully that paves the way for a really good bullpen performance. They have been amazing all season long, whether or not they come in the middle innings or early on in the game with starting pitching struggles.
Jordan eyes it below the knees.
Look, oh, wait, I thought that Corbett thought that was strike 3, and he was kind of taking a lap around the mound, and Pierzynski was ready to go ahead and throw it back. That pitch not missing by much.
2-2. Jordan pokes that one into the right side. He's got a leadoff single.
Huge. Breaking ball, waited on it. It's floating on the outside part of the plate. Dropped his barrel head. He's able to guide it into right field. That's a huge base hit. See, sometimes guys try to do too much with it. They'll try to extend their hands and kind of swing around on the ball and try to pull it into left field, and that's when you get your rollover ground outs and your weak contact. But for Grant Jordan, moving his body a little bit, extending his hips, extending his arms, and meeting that barrel head out there and able to poke it into right field. That's a huge hit. It's really good to have a leadoff man aboard.
Irizarry takes ball number 1. Great block by Pierzynski.
He has just been so rock solid behind there.
for Jordan, that was leadoff hitter mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. Lightning, no stranger to getting the leadoff man aboard. They do such a great job of it. It is the fact of getting runners in that they have struggled with.
Irizarry, big swing, big miss.
Grant Jordan 4 for 10 when leading off an inning coming into this ball game. So not a big sample size, but he has answered the call every time. Last inning, Ryan Jenkins got aboard with an error by the first baseman, Mercado. And, of course, he came around to score.
1-1 to Irizarry. Strike number 2.
Yeah, it seemed kind of low. Irizarry not contesting it too much. With a 1-2 count, have to battle. Anything close, got to at least spoil.
Julian drew a walk in the first inning to kickstart the ball game. Eli Thurman is waiting his turn on deck. He struck out earlier. One and two. Irizarry, swing and a miss, and Persinski couldn't handle it, but doesn't come back to haunt him. One away.
I don't see Irizarry striking out too much. Just 15 strikeouts. Remember, he's pretty much an everyday player, so that's a low number. And remember, all the numbers for the Lightning are pretty low. They have the fewest strikeouts in the Florida League. At the end of the regular season, they had just 201. Next lowest was Sanford with 216. Oh, boy. There you go. Love that energy. Taking one for the team. You'll eat those all day. That's a playoff hit by pitch for sure. I don't like when guys lean into it, but when they stay there like a statue and they take it, that's definitely a good sign. You want to get as many base runners as you can on. And Thurman, although young, is been around long enough to know when to get out of the way and when not to in terms of protecting his body. And that one, he knows he's got some meat on his shoulder there and is able to take that bruise.
Keller takes that ball upstairs, 1-0.
But, of course, if something's coming out of your head, you got to duck. Protect yourself at all costs, especially your elbow if you've had elbow issues. But Thurman saw where that ball was going, and he clinched up, and he basically accepted the pain, and he gets himself aboard. Now 2 on, just 1 down for your best hitter. It's huge.
He was trying to get the Leesburg dugout fired up as well, and why not?
And this might be weird to say, but I think he's one of the better guys to get hit in that situation in terms of firing the team up. Him and Keller, one of the first two guys here at the stadium tonight before the game. So they were ready to go.
2-0 to Keller is fouled back against the screen. 2-1 on the 3-hole hitter.
And someone definitely ready to go is Charlie Keller, especially after striking out in the first inning. Something he's been working on is limiting the strikeouts. And he's done a great job. Coming into this game, has struck out 22 times, which is not even the most on the team, yet he's played in every single game.
He had one earlier. There's strike number 2.
Yeah, the leader on the team would be Ryan Jenkins. Oh, excuse me. Ledger Pleasant, actually, with 24. He has the most on the team, but he's also an everyday guy.
2 aboard, 1 away, 2-2 count on Keller. Corbett fires. Keller swings and misses. Make it 23 Ks this season, second one tonight. And Corbett 1 out shy of sending us to the bottom of the third.
That was a breaking ball tailing away from Charlie Keller. Too enticing not to swing at. He unfortunately goes down swinging again. It's almost too much to ask for him to come through, though, after last night's spectacular game. A 2-run homer and a double. But there's still plenty of time for him to put together some more at-bats.
James Strom takes that one wide. Well, speaking of strikeouts, Strom had one himself earlier this ball game. That was in the first inning as well. You look at the first 4 hitters, 1 through 10, first 4 for the Lightning, Irizarry, Thurman, Keller, Strom, have all struck out at least once tonight.
That's right. And got to give it to Corbett. He's doing a great job against a team that really doesn't strike out all too often. And James Strom, with 18 on the season, he's an everyday player as well, so that's a fairly low number. And just everyone on this team really does not have that strikeout bug that so many other guys on other teams do.
1-1 off speed, and Strom fouls it towards that right side, 1-2.
Right size, wrong shape. See if James Strom can straight one here, get into fair territory. The gap shot would be great. You got speed on the base pass. Grant Jordan speedy at second. Eli Thurman, one of the fastest guys on the team.
Jordan at second, Thurman at first, Strom at the plate. 1-2, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Strom stays alive.
Yeah, James Strom telling himself after that one that he's got to poke that one in the opposite field. At least that's what it seemed like. Pitch a little bit off the plate. You could see him extending his hands, kind of coming around it. The opposite of what Grant Jordan did with his opposite field single. But if James Strom keeps those hands close to his chest, able to fight it off in a left field, that would have been great. It's so hard to do that, though.
We'll do it again, 1-2. Strom takes it. Even count of 2. Surprisingly enough, only 2 extra base hits for Strom this season, a double and a home run.
Right, and that home run was his first game of the season. He was a late addition, but came just a week after opening day.
2-2. Full count.
That was a home run in Winter Park. And we just haven't seen that much power from Strom, but he has done a good job in terms of getting base hits and keeping the inning alive. Still hitting .256. 15 RBIs, one of the leaders in RBIs on this team. So he's done enough, and although the power's not really there, you got plenty of other guys that can make up for it, especially in Charlie Keller.
3-2, 2 away. Garrett Corvitz v. James Strom. Payoff. Runners going, and they can stay safe 90 feet away. Ball number 4 on Strom, and the bases are loaded for the Lightning and Ryan Jenkins.
And I get it, it's 2 outs, but the bases are loaded. And you have got to get at least 1 here if you're the Lightning. You have a prime opportunity. Snappers pitching staff has been really good, but they have been vulnerable to giving up base runners to the Lightning. The thing they've been better at is to minimizing damage and to navigating through jams, which they have to do right here. The Lightning have got to stop that.
First pitch to Jenkins, and Corbett works ahead. Jenkins came around to score earlier. The lone run of the ball game for the Lightning.
Hitting .320 with runners on.
0-2 on the high-powered swing.
Jenkins 3 for 8, 375 average with the bases loaded. And in terms of 2-out hitting, that's where he struggled, hitting just 194.
Let's see if he can do something here. 0-2. Did he go? Yes, he did.
Oh.
Garrett Corbett works himself into a pickle, works himself into a breather as we go into the bottom of the third. His team and the Snappers up by 5.
14, Grant Como.
3, 4, 5. Como, Gustafson, Trivella. 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. Orlando trying to continue that today. They're all 1 for 1, Vic.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see that. Sorry, I started like actually listening a little late, and I just heard 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I was like, whoa.
It's a lot of ones.
Yeah, no, it is.
Here's the 0-1. What's the count? 1 and 1.
There you go. Got to hand it to Corbett. Did a great job navigating out of that jam. It's just been the Lightning's kryptonite. He's unable to score runs with prime opportunities. And it is going to, ooh, yeah, he just got nicked, it looked like. I heard that. But that's just, you can't win a ball game, especially a playoff game, especially against the Snappers, if you're not bringing home runs in those situations. Last night, the Lightning won the game, yes, but they relied on that 2-run shot with Charlie Keller, and they didn't even have a runner in scoring position. RBI double from Reed Snyder was the lone time where the Lightning got an RBI with a runner in scoring position. And for tonight, it's almost as if you have to count on the Snappers having a weak offense, and we've seen that they obviously do not. And 6 runs could be enough if the Lightning cannot figure it out on the offensive end.
So Grant Como, his 3rd hit by pitch this series. He's averaging 1 a ball game. He's at first. Hayden Gustafson 0-1. Takes that one high.
Yeah, I noticed when Mario Trevea is on deck circle, he's very close to almost behind home plate. That gives room for Julian Mercado to also be warming up actually in the on-deck circle. It's a little trick that they have figured out.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Well, if no one's saying anything, might as well do it. They're going to take advantage of having a little bit more of a backstop or a little more room to work with than maybe at Pat Thomas, of course. Those guys on deck circles right in front of the dugout.
Here's the 2-1 to Hayden. He lifts it in the air, and he'll stay in the infield strong. Trying to track it down, and he will. That's the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Snappers.
Always a
Number 1,
really good sign when you're getting one of the best hitters on the Snappers out in Hayden Gustafson. Anyone in the meat of the order, whether it be, anyone, top to bottom, really. There is just not a lot of holes in this lineup, but especially the guys in the middle.
First pitch to Trivella as Como's racing for second. Here's the bullet by Bullen into center field. Como can make his way to third all the way from first. 7th run for Orlando, 90 feet away.
Yeah, and we've seen Cole Bullen make some wild throws at the catcher's position. That one moves a runner over. Heads up play by Grant Como to take third base. And those are just the little things that will get you into trouble. And Cole Bullen now, we'll see how that one scores. Should be an error on the throw, allowing Como to get to third base. So that will be his 2nd error of the night. Both of them account for runs. Excuse me, Esteban. Now that's 5 total errors between the two teams in this playoff game and this playoff series. All 5 have resulted in runs coming around to score. That is the definition of playoff baseball. Mistakes are, they're so important not to make, and everything gets highlighted and, when you make that mistake. And so it's so important to play clean baseball because it will come back to haunt you. You can get away with it in the regular season every now and again, but not here in the playoffs.
2-1. Trivella takes the ball number 2. Strike number 2. One away, Como at third. 2-2. Just missed outside and low. What's the saying? Defense wins you championships?
Yeah, they absolutely do. And on the other side of that, we're seeing the point where defense can also lose you championships. And right now, for the Lightning, their errors might do that.
Full count swing up the middle. That one's going to sneak through the center. Como jogs his way home. 7-1 Orlando as Trivella picks up his 2nd hit of the night.
That's exactly what the Lightning need to do. You got a runner over there at third base. The Lightning had that back in the second inning, they were able to get Jenkins to come home, but they had another opportunity with a runner aboard at third. Last inning, of course, had the bases loaded.
Travella, huge lead from first, and stepping out of the mound is Rojas.
And that's just what separates two teams from going to the championship. Which team can play cleaner on the defensive end and which team can get timely hits. And right there was a timely hit from Travella, and he's done it time and time again.
A 1-1 on Mercado. He lines this one into right. It's going to get down in front of Keller. Travella thinking about going to third. He'll hold up at second as the throw comes in from the right fielder. And with one away, 2 aboard for Orlando. Here's Hudson Walbert.
And I know I've been harping on the errors and how important they are, but you got to hand it to the Snappers now. I mean, they have 7 hits. They've got 5 RBIs, so it's just 2 runs that the Lightning gifted them, but it would still be a 5-1 lead without the errors from the Lightning. So you can see how the Snappers taking advantage of miscues from Leesburg, but also scoring runs on their own accord.
Travella's aggressive. He's going. Walburn fights it off the other way, but in foul territory, and he breaks his bat in the process.
And Travella doing everything he can to disrupt Steven Rojas. And it might actually be working. Trying to snag third on that last one. And that's also a thing. Whoever is taking advantage on the base pass, Travella coming around to score on that crazy play, that's hustle. That's taking advantage of the other team.
And I know the hit and run was on, but if you're Walburn, you maybe want to take that pitch because Travella had third stolen all the way.
I would agree.
1-1.
But in this situation, up 7-1, I don't blame Walburn. If he has a good pitch to hit, then swing at it. But I do agree, if it's not that good of a pitch, go ahead and let Mario take it.
Walburn,
Yeah.
half swing. They'll appeal it, and they'll say he went around. 1-2. He's not happy with the call.
Yeah, I might just not like that the home plate umpire was the one to call it, but it looked from up here that he definitely went around. And if he didn't go on that one, but Jenkins went on the other one, then that'd be a little bit crazy.
Travella, decent lead. 1-2. Walburn pops it up. Jordan was covering the bag. Now he has to backtrack into center field, and he's got the ball for round number 2.
Travella's got to be careful. It had to take his dugout to yell to get back for him to actually scamper back to second. When you're doing all that crazy stuff at second base, moving around, dancing around, sometimes you lose a little bit lose focus on what's actually going on. Not really sure what Travella was thinking. Maybe he just was taking his sweet time in terms of getting back to the bag.
So with 2 away, here is the ever so dangerous Hudson Gwynn. A home run in that first inning to his credit. That's ball number 1 here in this 3rd inning.
Got to get him to roll over on something. There has been just one ground ball out that the Lightning have induced. It was Mercado. And that was Cole Bolin firing it down to first base for the out.
Gwynn takes that one outside.
Everything else has been in the air, Esteban. Of course, the home runs, the base hits have been line drives. Grant Como was a hard hit ball. Everything's been hit on the line and in the air. And that is always dangerous, especially in this park.
3-0. If you get a pop fly pitcher at TFA, that's dangerous.
It really is, yeah. You want to pitch to contact, of course. That's a great trait to have as a pitcher. But you want to pitch to weak contact, and sometimes a weak fly ball here might get out every now and again. I mean, it's 310 down the lines. These guys are big dudes. I mean, you saw Rafi Devers hit a home run the other day. He had to bend down all the way and go get it.
Hudson Gwynn, after his home run earlier this ballgame, he draws a 5-pitch walk. That will load the bases for Austin Persinski, the number 9 hole hitter for the host.
Rojas has to take a page out of the Snappers book, especially Corbett, in terms of getting out of a bases-loaded 2-out jam. Orlando was able to do it last half inning. Let's see if Rojas can now.
Persinski watches that one go all the way to the backstop, but good base running by Trivella to stay put at third as that one ricocheted quickly into the glove of Bullen.
I'm shocked that Trivella didn't go home, but wasn't halfway down the line. It looks like that's going to be it from Rojas. But what I was trying to say is he's been dancing around over there. He's obviously got a great eye, and once you see that ball about to go into the dirt, I think Trivella would be at least halfway down the line, and Cole Bullen might have a chance to throw back to third. But that just speaks to how good Trivella is on the base pass, that despite him dancing around a little bit and trying to steal extra bases, he also is very disciplined and knows his ballpark really well. When that ball goes to the backstop and it's got some speed, it's going to come back with that same amount of speed.
Well, you were right, Vic. That will be the night for Rojas, a new pitcher for the Lightning. We'll tell you all about him when we come back. New pitcher for the Lightning, and I don't care who you are, you need some magic to work out of this jam. The good thing is 2 away, the bad thing is bases loaded.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It is a tough situation. Lucas Perez comes on. 5.23 ERA. He's 0-2 in his 11 appearances. Has started 3 games, but mostly come out of the bullpen. 20 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 11 hits, 12 earned runs. Has walked 17 batters, but struck out 30. So big strikeout pitcher. One big thing he's struggled with besides the free passes is the 12 hit by pitches. That is a season high for a franchise record, actually, for the Lightning in a single season.
He faces Austin Persinski with the bases full of snappers. And the first pitch he delivers misses upstairs, ball number 1.
Yeah, it's ball number 2. I was just about to say, remember, he came into a 1-0 count, so this is very crucial that Perez can fill up the zone. His last time out was against the Snappers back on July 19th. Tell you more about that after this next pitch.
Swung on a miss, 2-1.
Back on the 19th, that was a 7-3 loss against the Snappers for the Lightning, and Lucas Perez pitched an inning and a third. No hits, no runs, but 1 hit by pitch, no walks, no strikeouts.
Persinski takes. Hitters count at 3 balls, 1 strike.
I know Persinski has hit the Lightning well this season, but in general, he has been a weaker bat for the Snappers. You don't want to give him too much to hit, but Perez has an electric fastball. He's a big strikeout pitcher.
3-1 and clips the inner half of the strike zone right at the knees. And that puts the count full for Persinski.
Obviously nowhere to put him. Just have to find a way to get him out. Perez has got to challenge him here.
Huge pitch coming up.
This should be a pitch in the zone for sure.
3-2. Persinski, a swing and a miss. Perez comes in relief. The odds were not in his favor. Began the count behind 1-0, but he battled black with the bases loaded to strike out Persinski.
Yeah, he did. He did a great job. Lucas Perez did what he needed to do and gets the strikeout of Pierzynski.
New pitcher for Orlando. It is Kyle Powers who takes over the mound. And that one by Bullen up the middle for a leadoff single in this top of the fourth. That's a great welcome sight for Powers.
Yeah. Cole Bullen hitting from the left side. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen him, or excuse me, hitting from the right side. I feel like it's been forever since he switched over there. Switch hitter, obviously normally batting on the left side with more righty pitchers, especially for the Snappers, who seem to throw a lot more righty pitchers than lefties.
This one fouled the other way into the softball field.
This is now the third straight inning where the Lightning had their leadoff batter aboard and have scored just one run over the past 2 innings. Had a great chance in the second. And bases loaded again last inning, though there were 2 outs. Still have to try to find a way to get a run in, especially if you want to chip away at this lead, which is now 1 run extra. So back to a 6-run lead for the Snappers.
Taken high and inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 2, right at Denise. Bullen at first. Fitzgerald had to play 2-2 pitch by Powers into double play territory. There's one at second. The relay to first not happening. Matthew Farner eats it up, but the lead base runner goes back to the dugout. 1 away.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 12, Ledger Pleasant.
Another fielder's choice for Fitzgerald this time does not bring in a run.
Misses upstairs, and Persinski can't handle that one. Fitzgerald will advance 90 feet into second as Ledger Pleasant steps in. This one hit it well into center field. Fields has to hurry back, and he's got it near the warning track. 2 down.
Yeah, Pleasant gave it a good ride. Blake Fields covers a lot of grass out there. Not the hardest catches that he's made, but it's just going to get tough. It's tough to get anything by him, really. Now, all of a sudden, Lightning down to just their last out here after starting with the leadoff man aboard. Snappers, not just in these first 2 playoff games, but last 4 games that we played against you. You do such a great job at working around leadoff batters, getting aboard, working around and navigating through jams. They've done it time and time again.
Here's a 1-0. Elevated into the infield. There's Matthew Farner, who backtracks a little bit, and he's got it for the 3rd out. A leadoff single against Kyle Powers doesn't come back to haunt the Snappers. Another scoreless inning by the Snappers pitching, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. Daniel Irizarry will lead things off for the Snappers. Bottom of the order, followed by the top half, Blake Fields and Matthew Farner. First pitch to Daniel. They'll appeal it to first. They're still appealing it. They will appeal it 1/3 time, and now it gets the call, ball number 1.
Yeah, well, I would think that all the umpires would be locked in on the batter at the plate and would see Cole Bullen pointing out to him, but I guess not.
There's a good Leesburg crowd. Maybe that's what the first base umpire was looking at. It's in his direction.
Right. Doesn't have to grant an appeal, though, of course, but it is the nice thing to do.
Speaking of crowds, the biggest one we've had here at TFA. Thank you, Vic.
Hey, don't thank me. Thank the Lightning faithful. They really show out.
Backing up the stands here tonight. Orlando fans showing their support as well towards that right side. Nothing like playoff baseball. 3-1 doesn't catch any part of the strike zone, as Daniel Irizarry will lead this bottom of the 4th off with a 5-pitch walk.
Now batting for the Snappers, number 27, Blake Fields.
This is where he gets a little bit more complicated and more dangerous for the Lightning. You got Blake Fields in the top half of the lineup set to hit. Throw back to first. Daniel is in there.
Really would be crucial to induce a ground ball here. Haven't seen many of those off the Snappers' bats. Fields is fast, but you get a sharp enough one, but easily able to turn 2. Especially Fields hits it so hard.
Fields 1 for 2. Takes a 1-0 into ball number 2.
A lot of glove side miss from Lucas Perez, holding onto it a little too long. Just yanking those pitches off the plate. Carson Hendrickson's warming up for the Lightning in the bullpen.
Down the middle, Fields liked it but came up empty.
There you go. Found that release point. Just needs to hone in on the zone, keep filling it up.
The 2-1. Blake fouls it away.
Perez, like Rojas, one of those flamethrowers for the Lightning. Gonna have some more velocity than Pettycourt showed in the first inning.
2-2. There's that velocity, but missed high. Ball number 3. We were talking about it yesterday, but Blake Fields so disciplined, especially when it comes to laying off that high fastball. Full count. Fields lays off the wrong decision. Gets called for the 3rd strike, and with a full count, he heads back to the dugout. That's the first out of the inning.
Good location on that last pitch from Perez, pounding the outside part of the zone. Just froze Fields with a fastball in the outer half.
Second time he's been retired tonight. Let's see what Matthew Farner can do. First pitch misses. Bolin thought about throwing to first.
Yeah, I would like Bolin to keep it in his back pocket as much as he can unless he really thinks he can get out at first. It's not because of those miscues from him and that throw down to second, but just in general, it's such a risky play for a catcher to make, and so much could go wrong. And that ball gets away from Strom, it heads into the corner, and Charlie Keller is running for days just to retrieve it. That's easily 2 bases, if not coming around to score for Irizarry.
This one skips past Bolin. Irizarry will go to second easily.
Not much he could do about that. It's hard to block that ball up when it bounces pretty well in front of Bolin. The only thing he can do is try to back pick it and hope that he gloves it.
Favorable count for the shortstop. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner in scoring position. There's strike number one. Foreigner thought he had a straight four-pitch walk, but he hits back to the plate.
I'm just surprised that him and Fields both pretty antsy to try to take up ace. You'd think with a 7-1 lead, they just try to get it over with quickly and keep mashing baseballs.
Foreigner takes that one well wide, and that will give him his walk.
I think it's that fastball that he keeps yanking, and it's just way off the plate, nowhere near. That's going to prompt a mound visit from Coach Billings, and Carson Hendrickson is coming out of the bullpen, so it looks like Lucas Perez's night is done.
That's exactly what it is. Perez will head back to the dugout. New pitcher for the Lightning. 1 out, bottom of the fourth, 2 aboard, 7-1 the ballgame. New pitcher for the Lightning. It's all about Henriksen. He takes over with one retired, runners at the corners, and Como stepping in.
Yeah, Carson Hendrickson so far this season, 6.19 ERA, 1-0, 12 appearances, all out of the bullpen, 16 innings pitched, giving up 17 hits, 11 earned, just 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. So he does keep the walks down for the most part. Last time out was against the Snappers back in Game 1, and gets a swing and a miss from Grant Como. But back in Game 1, pitched an inning, gave up a hit and 2 walks, which was a little bit uncharacteristic, but no runs, and a fairly clean bill besides the hit and the 2 walks.
0-1 makes it 0-2.
And that pitch that Perez was not able to land was that slider. Seemed like he was overcooking it. It had a lot of speed to it. That's what made me think it was the fastball, and also just didn't have a lot of horizontal break, which also made me think that it was the fastball. It just wasn't really moving. It started off the plate, or at least on the outside part of the zone, and then just drifted further and further. So that slider was not landing like the fastball was.
Como takes strike number 3. He didn't like it. 2 down.
Still not out of the woods yet, but a great job by Hendrickson to get that strikeout. A tough batter in Gustafson. He's itching to add on to his RBI single that he had back in the first.
Ball number 1.
That hit back in the first frame, not hit very hard, just dumped it perfectly into center field. So he's definitely looking to square one up here against Hendrickson. Lower velocity than both Perez and Rojas before him.
Swung on and miss.
Both Rojas and Perez going low 90s, upper 80s, around that mark. Carson Hendrickson probably closer to mid-80s, maybe even lower. But Coach Billing does such a great job at varying which pitchers these snappers will see. They'll see high velo, then low velo.
I don't know what velo that is, but the snappers can't figure it out.
Gross. Great sweeper.
Henderson comes in relief in a bit of a pickle. He had no problem getting out of it. Strikes out Como, strikes out Gustafson. We'll head to the 5th. It was a 10-hole hitter of Irizarry who led things off for Orlando in the bottom half of the 4th. Here's a 10-hole hitter for the Lightning. Grant Jordan stepping in. Strike number 1 as Kyle Powers back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work.
Lightning have had the leadoff man aboard in all 4 innings to start this ball game and have only been able to bring home the leadoff batter once. In the 2nd, that was Ryan Jenkins. And that is their lone run. And if the Lightning cannot come back in this one, that will be a big reason as to why. Of course, Pettycourt struggles.
Well, and it seems like either someone got a warning or someone was ejected from the ball game on the Leesburg side. Rich Billings pleading his case, and it looks like it might have been him directly. They'll have a talk with the home plate umpire.
Yeah, it looked like he did. It was a very nonchalant call by the home plate umpire in terms of using that hand motion to signal that he's out of the game. I'm not sure. You can't really hear what he said, but Coach Billings keeps it pretty even-keeled. He does not get very hot at all, and he's not even hot right now. I don't know, per se, if that is 100% an ejection. It looks like it was, though. And he has a valid point. There was no warnings being issued. We didn't hear any scream up here, and I think that if you're going to throw someone out, without giving a warning first, I think it's got to be pretty blatant. I don't know if we would agree with that, but we didn't really hear anything. That's my biggest thing. Of course, I'm a little biased towards the Lightning, but I think that a warning is so crucial to let a coach know, hey, next time something comes out of your mouth, like, you're gone. Lightning not getting the benefit of the doubt, but he's still in there, so I don't know what was that.
1-2 shot towards the left side, and William Walburn has it. 1 down.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 24, Julian Irizarry.
So Jordan is retired. Here is Julian Irizarry stepping in with 1 away. Of course, Irizarry, 1 for 2 on Tuesday, 1 for 3 a night ago. And he'll get at least one more hit right here. Into center. It's not a leadoff base runner, but it's a base runner nonetheless.
Well, maybe it's the leadoff base runner is not really helping. Maybe they need to get an out before that. I don't know. But something has got to pick up for this offense if they want to try to have a chance to come back and win it. They've had a runner aboard in all 5 innings now in this game. They've had a base hit in now 3 of the 5 innings.
Second time Irizarry has reached base tonight. First the walk, now the single. Let's see if Eli Thurman can deliver. The 1-0. Thurman fouls it off. Eli finished the year hitting .287, 25 hits, only 2 extra base hits. Both were 2-baggers. Takes a 1-1 and off-speed pitch and spoils it for strike number 2.
Yeah, did a great job of waiting on that pitch to break into the zone from Powers. Just unable to square it up. See, he's using that torpedo bat, which was showcased by the Yankees first this year. It's basically moving the barrel down towards the middle of the bat.
1-2. Thurman takes it. A great stop by Persinski.
Yeah, he's got a great reach. He can block balls up. He can pick them off the ground, and he can reach as high as this guy and bring him in.
Powers looking for his 3rd K. 2-2. Fouled away.
And for people that are really unfamiliar with the torpedo bat, well, you can imagine obviously the handle of the bat is way skinnier, and then as you work your way up to the top of the bat, it gets a little bit more bulky in terms of the barrel getting bigger as you go up. But the torpedo bat, it's the same thing with the handle being skinny, and then it's a big barrel in the middle.
Thurman a line drive, Farner off the hop, looking for the double play, and Thurman fell on his way to first. So the Snappers will get it. 6-4-3 inning-ending double killer. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Orlando up 7-1. Mario Trivella, Julian Mercado, and William Walburn all set to hit in this bottom of the 5th. So great to have you with us. Semifinal game number 3. As Trivella pops this one up into the right field. Coming on it is the right fielder. Keller can't get to it, and Trivella is running from first to second. Here's the throw. Trivella's out.
Huge. Great recovery by Charlie Keller. I knew that was trouble off the bat, and then Keller covered a lot of ground, and I was thinking for a second, wait, he might have a chance to grab it, just unable to collect it, but he's got such a killer arm in right field and is able to gun down Travella, try to snag an extra bag. And no shame to Mario. He just got a little bit unlucky. He's hustling out of the bag. I mean, that's just everything you want from the snappers right now. And looking at it again, the ball almost followed Keller, so he never really lost track of it. And once again, a great strike to second.
Mercado to short. Jordan has it. Throws to first, and Strom is there. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting for the Snappers, number 36.
Sometimes it's those plays like that that you need to get your offense fired up.
Right, absolutely. And hopefully that will.
Henriksen just has to get past one more batter. That's William Walburn who steps in with 2 down.
So that will be an error from Keller on the grab, not grabbing it. It was in his glove, so it is a tough play, but I do see the error call there. So it will be an error, and then Travella out at second base, 9-6 put out.
First strike on Walburn's at bats.
It's just always interesting because if Keller didn't glove it at all, it probably would have been a base hit, but because it was in and out of his glove, it's going to go down as an error, which that's just baseball. That's how it works. But when it's in your glove like that, you got to be able to squeeze it. But Keller is playing the outfield, which he's not used to. So I was talking with him after the game, and he said he's still getting comfortable with it. And you can tell there's a little bit of hiccups every now and again, especially when, you know, the sac fly presents itself. He still struggles of getting behind the baseball and getting himself ready to throw home. But
The
he
1-2.
has been better.
In the air, maybe another opportunity for Keller, although it won't make it back enough. And Strom in foul territory has it for the final out. 1, 2, 3, go the Snappers. Another scoreless inning from the Lightning. We head to the top of the 6th. Well, we talked about him defensively last inning. Now he'll get a chance to showcase his bat. That is Charles Keller, who, like you alluded to, he's playing the outfield. Brand new position for him.
Right, and coming off of injury, so didn't play last spring, so really, really fresh to the outfield. But he has done a great job despite some miscues here and there.
Towards right, Mercado snacks it down, covering his powers, but Keller beats the throw.
Great hustle from Charlie Keller. That's a big kid, 6'2", 6'3", maybe even 6'4" if he's got some high spikes on. But he gets down the line so quick, and everyone, from top to bottom, the tall guys, Charlie Keller, James Strom, Reed Snyder, those guys all can get around the base pass pretty quickly despite their stature. And going back to Charlie Keller, if anything is to be an issue for him in the outfield, let it be him struggling with the sacrifice flies. I'd rather him struggle in that department rather than him missing catches or not having a strong arm at all and being a liability out there. He's definitely not a liability. That's just one part of his game where he could definitely work on, and I think he would definitely agree with that. And a tough player there to score. It sucks to give him the error, but it also was right into his glove. It was in no man's land. Could really go either way. It's one of those, times where it's really tough for the statistician to make the right call because obviously when it hits the glove, you want to give it the air, but that's a tough run for him.
1-1 to James Strom. Softly hit to Mercado. He gets a second opportunity. Goes to second, and that throw makes its way to left. Strom safe at first. Keller making his way to third, and his runners at the corners for the Lightning with no one away.
Yeah, taking advantage. A miscue by the Snappers again. And here's, it really comes down to this, Esteban. You just got a gift. You got runners at the corners. It should have been 1 out and a man on first. You've got to cash this in now. You cannot expect the Snappers to, keep making miscues. You have to score runs on your own accord. And it starts right here, right now with Jenkins. Cannot expect the Snappers to keep making errors. There's already 5 in this game. We came into tonight with 3 total over the first 2 games. So we can already tell it's going to be a sloppier one. But you just cannot count on Orlando to keep making mistakes because they're just the type of team to be able to lock in, collect themselves, and to let these 2 errors be their only errors of the game.
Snappers head coach Terry Abbott goes to the mound and has a talk with his entire infield and his reliever of Kyle Powers. And you feel for Powers because nothing that's happened this inning has been his fault.
Absolutely, yeah. It's unfortunate. And that's what I'm saying, Esteban, is Kyle Powers has more of a chip on his shoulder to do well and to get out of this inning because his defense really kind of failed him. And it was unfortunate with Charlie Keller. That's just his speed beating out a tough play at first base. But, yeah, that should be a man on first and 1 down. All of a sudden it's runners at their corners and nobody down. The Lightning have got to take advantage here.
Ryan Jenkins, a huge opportunity for him. Takes ball number 1. Jenkins finished the regular season hitting .264. 14 RBIs, led the team in walks. There's strike number 1. Only 13 strikeouts for Jenkins throughout 32 games played for the Lightning this year. Takes the 1-1, opposite field. Coming on in Irizarry, he can't get to it. Keller coming to score. The throw will go to second, gets cut off by Como, and make it a 7-2 ball game.
Great deal of hitting by Ryan Jenkins. Got to hand it to Daniel Irizarry with the deke. I think deke or not, James Strom's probably going to take the safe bet and stay in between first and second. But nonetheless, if Strom was thinking about going 3, Irizarry stopped him from doing so. And a perfectly placed base hit for Ryan Jenkins. And I'll say it again, got to keep the line moving. String together base hits. When you get an out, that's going to start to kill the rally bit by bit. Outs are so precious, Esteban.
Lightning fans coming to life. First pitch taken for a strike. Cole Bolin looking to avenge an 0-for-4 performance 24 hours ago. The 0-1 misses upstairs. When you let the crowd play a factor and come into it, gets a bit tougher for Orlando.
Absolutely. And their home field advantage almost goes out the window. One thing they have to cling to is being the team that bats last.
Bolin in the air. This one might be trouble. It's going to split the gap. Fields has it. It's a running parade for Leesburg. 1 run will come in to score 7-3 with no one away.
Come on. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Great deal of hitting from Cole Bolin. You could see on that swing, he gave it an extra I mean, seriously, I could tell. Opposite field, found a gap. That is something that's so hard to do. Opposite field base hits are hard in general, but when you find a gap opposite field, boy, oh boy, that's got to feel good for Cole Bolin. Does not get to bat from the right side all too often. Of course, facing more righty pitchers in general. Coming into that at-bat, facing lefties, he was just 3 for 13. Well, coming into tonight, I should say. Had a base hit against Kyle Powers his last time up.
Fitzgerald takes ball number 1.
That's huge. I talked about it in the pregame. The team that can find gaps, can string together extra base hits. they will have the best chance.
The 1-0 swung on and missed.
Something I'm surprised about is Tanner Clark holding up Ryan Jenkins at third. I don't dislike the move at all. I get keeping him at third, but Ryan Jenkins pretty fast. That ball was just about to hit the cutoff man when he was about to round third.
Riley softly hit. He got jammed. This one will score one more run. The throw by Farner to first is in time.
That's a really big out, though, for the Snappers, and it is a big run for the Lightning. I think that's one of the few plays in baseball where both teams are very happy about it. Because for the Lightning, that moves a runner over, that gets a runner in, and that's only the first out. But for the Snappers, that's a huge first out to make.
7-4 ball game. The 5th run for the visitors, 90 feet away. Ball number 1 on Ledger Pleasant.
And now going back to that hold by Tanner Clark, it worked out perfectly. He realized the situation. You got nobody out. You want to trust your offense to be able to get that runner in. And he made the wise decision to hold Ryan Jenkins up at third base, and it paid off. So hats off to Tanner Clark. He's done a great job at coaching third base. One of the few times he won't be aggressive, and this is one of the times to do it.
Pleasant up the middle. That will score another Lightning, 7-5, 2 away. You're happy again if you're Orlando. You're happy again if you're Leesburg.
Absolutely for Orlando. They get 2 outs and they clear the bases, but now the Lightning bring it down to just a 2-run deficit, so it really works out for both teams. And now a pinch hitter here. It's TJ Sokaras for the Lightning.
Pinch hitting for the Lightning, number 14, TJ Sokaras.
He oftentimes will come in to pinch hit, and it's oftentimes Reed Snyder the one to be taken out of the game.
Well, we saw Sokaras make a pinch hit appearance a couple nights ago here at TFA. That came back on Tuesday after not playing yesterday at home in Leesburg.
And this is a really good inning for the Lightning. Yes, they got some help from the Snappers on that error by Julian Mercado at first base, but they were able to cash in runs on their own accord. An RBI single from Jenkins, and then a couple RBI groundouts. It's not the most flattering way to bring in some runs with an RBI groundout, but any way the Lightning can get it done, they will.
0-1 the count, 2 set down. Upstairs, 1-1. TJ this season, 171 his batting average, 17 games played. Takes the ball outside. Good frame by Prasinski, but the home plate umpire not biting.
Right. Totally forgot to mention that Cole Bullen RBI double. So you got the double RBI single and then the 2 RBI groundouts. So that's 4 RBIs in this inning for the Lightning. That is huge for them.
2-1 to TJ, makes it a 3-1 count.
Yeah, Sokaras, not many at-bats compared to some other guys. Was mainly used as a pitcher, but now will mainly be used as a hitter to come in pitch hit situations. Has 8 walks on the season, 6 hits, 7 RBIs. So he makes those hits count and drives in runs, and he makes those walks count too, because he's able to extend innings like he is here on that last at-bat.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 4, Grant Jordan.
So now with Reed Snyder out, I'm assuming that they'll send Jenkins to third, and it will be Grant Jordan still at short. TJ Sokaras will move to second. That's all just me speculating, but I believe that's what Coach Billings will do.
Ball number 1.
That was the first walk of the inning too, Esteban. That's a really good sign for the Lightning. They don't have to rely on free passes to generate momentum.
1-0 to Jordan. Swung on and missed on the fastball.
Love that aggressiveness from him. He saw what all of his teammates did in front of him with all the base hits, the extra base hit from from Cole Bullen. Why not be aggressive at the plate?
He lays off of this one. Wrong decision. 1-2. A long inning that has favored Leesburg. They put up a 4 spot so far. Kyle Powers, 1 pitch away from ending his top of the 6th. Here's a 1-2. Misses. The top of the lineup, and Irizarry awaiting their turn. 2-2. Fouled away.
Grant Jordan with 2 outs is 3 for 13, 231. Not the best numbers, but pretty good with 2 outs. Everyone's average is understandably a little bit low when there's 2 down.
2-2 once more. Jordan will continue to battle.
Love this battle from him. He's just hunting a pitch to hit. He's only 3 for 22 coming into this game with runners on the base pass. It's one of the lowest averages, so a chance here to boost it. With TJ Sokaros at first, that's some good speed too.
Misses upstairs. Bersinski couldn't quite handle it into his glove, but no damage done.
Great job battling back. Such a crucial moment in this ball game. The Lightning have dealt some damage. A chance for some more here with 2 down.
Huge pitch. 3-2. Fouled.
There you go. The more pitches he sees, the more on time he will get for both the fastball and the breaking pitches. Just try to tire Kyle Powers out as much as you can.
Full count. Powers versus Grant. Here's the payoff. Grant takes upstairs. The inning continues.
That's what these Lightning players will do. They'll take advantage. Going into the playoffs, the Lightning with a total of 213 walks as a team. That is 23 more than the next best team in the Sanford River Rats. Yes, the Lightning have played more games, but throughout the season, they have been battling with the River Rats in terms of getting free passes.
First pitch to Irizarry. Strike number 1.
I like to see Irizarry stay in the plate. I think he backs out a little too quickly, which makes an inside pitch seem a little bit less inside. But Leesburg had no one on the base pass after Cole Bullen scored and now have generated 2 runners on with free passes. They have a chance to bring him in right here.
I'll tell you what, the traveling faithful for Leesburg are loving this ballgame.
They sure are. And they will stick through it all the way. It doesn't matter the score. You love to see it. Getting behind their team right now.
1-1. Irizarry into the outfield. Walburn has it in the air. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But what an inning it was for Leesburg. They put up a 4 spot, and it's a brand new ball game, 7-5 the score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Well, if there's a player that the Leesburg faithful don't want up at the plate, it's this guy right here of Hudson Gwynn.
Well, actually, with the bases clear and nobody out, it's really a good spot to have him in, I would say, to have him up. Maybe with 2 outs and nobody on, but this is the next best thing.
Flown out into center. Coming on it, the center fielder, long run, he dives, and he's got it.
There you go, Mr. Thurman. Man, he covered a lot of ground. He was pretty far back there in center field, and you kind of got to be with a shorter field. Of course, 375 is similar distance to what it is out in Leesburg, so he really is far back there in center field, and that was a shallow fly ball, and he got there with ease.
Persinski, a swing and a miss on the fastball.
Still just 2 ground ball outs from the Lightning. They have been playing with fire this whole game. Of course, that one and a couple other pop flies have not been very hard hit, but still, anything up in the air, you just get worried here.
Austin fouls this one off himself, or did he?
No, that's off the home plate, I believe. That's kind of the thud we heard. It bounced on home plate. That's why it bounced so high. Of course, the turf could do that, but the turf's a little bit squishy, so it bounces high, but that was an abnormally high bounce.
So 2 up, 2 down. So far, really good inning for Hendrickson. His pitch count is kept at a minimum. He just 1 more out. He faces Irizarry, who fouls this one back 0-1.
And with that being the 3rd ground ball out, well, that one was very similar to Julian Mercado, where he tapped it right in front of home plate. Cole Bullen threw him out. So 2 out of the 3 ground ball outs have been not really like ground ball outs in their truest form. They're just kind of tappers that Cole Bullen will get. So we've really seen 1 true ground ball out induced by the Lightning pitching staff. So hopefully we'll see a couple more, especially if the snappers threaten put a runner on. I'd love to get a ground ball double play.
Irizarry towards the Leesburg dugout and foul.
And now with the deficit just being down to 2, Lightning cannot take their foot off the gas. They lost 2-1 in game 1. That was just a 1-run difference in the scoring margin. So 2 runs more than that. And there's strike 3, a late call.
1-2, 1-3, the count on Irizarry. Beautiful, quick inning of work for Hendrickson. We head to the 7th. The Daytona State College product, Julian Mayer, comes in relief for the Snappers and Kyle Powers. He faces Eli Thurman in his 7-5 contest in the top of the 7th inning. There's a swing and a miss by the center fielder and two-hole hitter, 0-1.
Love that aggression from Thurman. He's trying to keep the momentum going for the Lightning. Great inning by Carson Hendrickson to give it right back to the bats. They did not sit for very long at all, or stand, I should say, in the field. They're right back to the dish, right back to the dugout, try to string together some more hits, and that's how I ended off the last inning. They got to keep their foot on the gas pedal here. We saw the Lightning just put up the one run. That was thanks to the Snappers in Game 1. We've seen them go quiet for long periods of time.
1-1 to Thurman on the off speed. He swings and misses.
Yeah, a little bit antsy in the box. If he extends his hands a little bit, moves his body and kind of dips into that pitch, might be able to make contact and shoot it through the other way.
Takes that one low. Even count at 2. Two-two pitch. Mayer delivers. There's the strikeout. Thurman left speechless. Mayer, one batter in, one strikeout in.
Really good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Just unfortunate for Thurman. Went up there aggressive, but goes down looking.
Keller lays off.
Yeah, Keller led off last inning with that base hit. Eventually got to third on the error. He would come in thanks to Ryan Jenkins. And then just an absolute barrage of base hits and then a couple of walks too.
He's got a 1-1 count. Strike number 2. Great breaking ball.
Yeah, that's a great backdoor breaking ball. It's so tough and so easy to give up on if you're a hitter. Starts on the outer part of the plate and just creeps over on the outside half.
1-2 pitch. Fouled away.
Usually lefties are tougher to hit against lefty batters, but that's a really tough pitch for any lefty batter to hit off of a righty. That breaking ball, yes, it breaks in, but it looks like a ball the whole time.
Misses wide, 2-2. Second baseman of Como playing in the outfield. He's covering some grass right now. 2-2, Keller watches that one, and it's ball number 3.
This is a really good at-bat. Mayer has thrown some really competitive pitches. Keller has laid off on some good ones and has laid off on other ones that are just so hard to hit if he were to bring his bat around the zone.
The payoff misses inside. One away, Keller aboard.
Well-earned walk for Charlie Keller.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 28, James Strong.
It's always tough to battle when you're down in the count. In Keller's case, 1-2, and he worked it all the way full and then earned himself that free pass.
Right, just a really disciplined eye, and it's not all Mayer's fault. He threw some competitive pitches.
Strom was trying to tie this game up. Didn't catch a piece of the fastball. He's down 0-1.
You don't want to give Keller anything too good to hit, so I understand Mayer working very carefully around him.
0-1 is fouled back, 0-2.
Ooh, just missed it. That looked pretty middle from up here. It's a really dangerous pitch to throw to James Strom. Despite just the 2 extra base hits on the season, he always seems just one swing away from unleashing one, whether it's into the gap or over the wall.
Keller's going. Strom swings and misses. Bersinski fires a strike to second, and Keller is safe.
Got to hand it to James Strom for protecting Keller. He does go down, and it's 2 outs, but that runner in Keller is over there at second base, and you got a hot bat and Ryan Jenkins at the dish. Great speed from Keller. With that head first slide, he's able to get his hand in there just before the tag was applied. Coming into this game, Keller 6 for 7 in stolen bases.
Strom retired. That's the second out of the inning. Meanwhile, Ryan Jenkins has ball number 1. Jenkins, a huge night yesterday. 2 for 3. Came around to score and had a walk. Fouls this one off the screen.
Jenkins reached base safely in 2 of his plate appearances on the air back in the second. That RBI single last inning, so no stranger to being on the base pass. It's been like that all season long.
Takes the 1-1.
Speaking of getting on the base pass, Jenkins this season, the team leader in walks, 26 free passes he has gotten this summer.
2-1. Jenkins likes it, rips it into center. Blake Fields likes it even more in his glove. A base runner for the Lightning did not come back to haunt the Snappers, and we head to the 7th inning stretch, 7-5, the ball game at TFA. It's the top of the order for the home team of the Snappers. Blake Fields, Matthew Farner, and Grant Como in the 3 spots, all set to hit. And we'll be facing Henriksen for yet another inning, which you were really surprised about, Vic.
Just was surprised, not because Henriksen hasn't done well. He's done fantastic in back-to-back frames where he's faced the minimum, a 1-2-3 frame back in the 6th inning. And he came in the 4th. It's just because Coach Billings, you know this, he elects to go a pitcher an inning or maybe 2 innings. This will be Henriksen's 3rd inning if he can get through it. He's pitched 2 full and then so 2 2/3 of an inning. And I'm just surprised because last game and in game 1, the longest a pitcher has gone has been the starter, which has been 3 2/3 for Tanner Walker. James Hill went 2 1/3, and Henriksen's already gone 2 2/3. So just a little surprising that Coach Billings doesn't elect to go to another arm. But I've been saying this too, Esteban. In the playoffs, you got to go with the hot hand. And I've been a little surprised with some moves that Coach Billings has gone to, mainly in the end of the regular season, not so much in the playoffs.
Fields waits on the off-speed, shoots it into center. He's got himself a leadoff single.
Yeah, in the playoffs, I think Billings has made all the right decisions. And for the most part in the regular season, I think he's done the same thing. Just the last couple of games, I was wondering why some pitchers he didn't send for longer and why he decided to take Brian Bertoldt out. But just trying to get everyone in shape for the postseason. And I think he's done a great job because look how it's turned out. The offense or the pitching has just been amazing and has struggled here tonight, but really just in that 1st inning.
First pitch to Farner. Takes it upstairs. Fields' second hit of the ball game, had one in the first inning. One about 30 seconds ago here in the 7th. Matthew Farner trying to cap off. Fouls this one away. For Orlando, their hottest hitters are 1 through 6. That's the part of the lineup set to hit this inning. Fields a huge lead. He'll stay put. Farner, a big swing. Bigger miss on the fastball. 1-2.
Just got to focus on the batter here. Let Blake Fields do his thing over there at first base. Trust Cole Bullen to be able to gun him down at second base if he decides to go. Can't really do much about him at first.
1-2. Misses. Bullen was ready.
He's got a great arm. Know that he's had a couple miscues tonight, but that does not represent how well of a catcher he is, defensively especially.
Farner takes. This one goes past the glove of Bullen, and Fields goes into second.
Yeah, it seems like Cole Bullen lost a little bit of focus on the actual baseball coming to him and seemed to pick up his glove a little too early and start to get in the motion to throw down to first or second to get Blake Fields. And in doing so, he wasn't really able to grab the ball. You don't want him to be too focused on the runners as well.
3-2 by Farner is spoiled.
He, too, like Henriksen, has got to focus on the pitches at hand before he focuses on anyone on the base pass.
Speed at second, speed at the plate, power on deck. 3-2. Farner fouls it off again. His bat got it right as well.
Yep. And with that runner getting to second base, there's a new arm warming up in the bullpen for Leesburg. And in these past 2 games, Coach Billings has done a great job. Once he sniffs a little bit of trouble, he is quick to pull his pitcher, not because he doesn't trust them, but it's almost as if he can predict the snappers putting together a rally and wants to throw them off by throwing in another arm. In the regular season, Coach Billings will let his guys go a little bit longer.
3-2, and Matthew Farner eyes it below the knees. A single by Fields, a walk by Farner, 2 aboard. Here's Grain Como. And Rich Billings out of his bullpen. And we're going to find out if he's going to go to his bullpen or not.
Yeah.
Don't think he would.
Yeah, I think that he is maybe just buying time. It doesn't seem like whoever's out there in the bullpen is ready just yet. I want to say it looks like it's Lex Sanchez, but I'm not 100% sure. If it is, he's been wonderful in this postseason. But all the bullpen pitchers have been great. The relief has been tremendous. So this should be Henriksen's probably last batter, I would assume. But we shall see. But I was saying, in the regular season, you'll let your pitchers go a little bit longer. You don't want to take them out right when they're getting into a little bit of trouble. You want to see if they can figure their way out of it to navigate through jams, because that is such a great tool to keep in their back pocket. But when it comes to the postseason, it's almost as if if you have an arm in the bullpen to throw, you don't want to have to rely on the guy at the mound to be able to get out of the jam. It's sometimes such a tough thing to do. But here, Coach Billings going to trust Henriksen for at least one more batter before he decides to throw in a new arm. But here's a great time for another ground ball.
A double play would be ideal for Leesburg. A hit would make the snappers happy. First pitch to Como. Swings and misses. 0-1. That's a great start for Henriksen. You have to get ahead here.
Absolutely. Got to get ahead, stay ahead. Fill up the zone. Get him to roll over on something. How Henriksen is a strikeout pitcher, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the cards as well. And now he's ahead 0-2. You know, that's probably what he's thinking about. But despite him putting together a lot of strikeouts so far this season, want him to have to rely on it. You want him to have to, not have to, but you want him to be able to rely on his defense behind him.
0-2. Como watches it towards the backstop, and that will advance Fields and Farner 90 feet.
Looks like it was a sweeping slider, and he just overcooked it a ton. That's what Lucas Perez was doing. Cole Bullen, as great of a catcher as he is, you got to have a way longer wingspan to bring that baseball in. I don't think many catchers do have it. And that breaks up the double play opportunity. The infield will be in, so I guess we'll go back on that and say this is the time to get a strikeout right here, right now.
1-2. Como lifts it. Strom giving chase, first base side. He runs out of room. Grant Como came into today looking for his first base hit of postseason play. Well, he's gotten that. Now he's looking for his first RBI. Here's the 1-2. Fouls it back. Como hit .337 in 26 games in the regular season. 19 runs batted in. Huge opportunity for the second baseman. Here's the 1-2, and he takes it outside.
Another off-speed pitch that missed off the plate. Just not able to locate it for a strike, at least in the last couple of times he's thrown it.
Two once more. Como takes it, and he strikes out.
Well, those two off-speed pitches that were way away, even the one that was a wild pitch, were almost a blessing in disguise. You could tell Como was hesitant to swing in that at-bat because those pitches were so off the plate. And then Henriksen absolutely froze him with a pitch middle. Looked like he went back to the fastball in that last one.
Aiden Gustafson aggressive. He's behind in the count.
And you see that a lot. Pitchers are a little bit wild here and there, and then they have one or two pitches perfectly in the zone, and they just catch the batter sleeping.
Gustafson jammed. Fouled away, 0-2. Another strikeout for Henriksen would be more than huge. Needless to say for this Leesburg team. Infield still playing in. 2 aboard, 1 away. 0-2. Gustafson takes it.
Great stop by Bullen. Henriksen wanting a new baseball after that one. 90? Wow. 90 on the gun from Carson Henriksen. He is really emptying out the tank here. He can smell the finish line for him on his night. This is by far the most amount, or close to the most amount of pitches he's thrown this summer.
1-2. Gustafson lifts it in the air. This one will score at least one. There's Thurman. He's got it. Meanwhile, Fields is tagging home. Foreign is going from second to third and make it an 8-5 Orlando Snappers lead on the sacrifice fly by the 4-hole hitter of Gustafson.
Yeah, obviously not what you wanted, but you get the out. You'll trade a run, especially considering it was 2 in scoring position, nobody out. And if Henriksen can buckle down here and get another out, it's done a really good job at minimizing the damage so far, but still has a really tough out to get.
First pitch to Travella in there for a call strike.
And that's surprising, Henriksen getting up to 90 miles per hour. I know him to be a guy that sits, I would say, mid-80s, can creep up to the upper 80s, but he's really giving it his all tonight.
Mario gives this one his all, but it hangs up just enough for Irizarry to track it down. The inning could have been way worse for the Lightning. Good news for them, only 1 run given up, but Orlando will gladly take it. They lead it by 3. Well, we can hear the "Here We Go Lightning" from the Leesburg faithful. They travel, and they travel well.
They sure do, and hopefully that'll give Cole Bullen and the rest of this Lightning batting order a chip on their shoulder here. Just 6 outs left to play with, and their season on the line. And, excuse me, some defensive changes. It was Riley Fitzgerald that was in left field in place of Irizarry. At third base was Ryan Jenkins, and at second was TJ Sokros that last half inning. Just want to clear everything up. Apologies for the mistake.
Yeah, one misses inside, 1-1 the count.
Assuming that Irizarry and Fitzgerald just swap extra hitter and left field roles. I'm hoping that's the case, Esteban. I know that Irizarry was a little bit banged up, and that's why he sat in the last 2 games leading up to the playoffs. So hopefully it's not an issue with him, and maybe just a little bit tired in left field, and will hopefully still be hitting. But that does worry me that he's out of the game and Fitzgerald moves into his spot. But it could just be a 1-for-1 change in terms of defensive placement. Cole Bullen now batting back on the left-handed batter's box. Has had a base hit. And he's 3 for 3. A base hit from both sides. 2 from the left, or 2 from the right, excuse me, and 1 from the left.
Back in the day, it was more common to see switch hitters. I feel like nowadays it's become a rarity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like they're a unicorn out there. You don't see them too often.
3-2, hit well to center. Blake Fields has it on the jog. 1 down.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 2, Riley Fitzgerald.
So Keller is retired on the full count pitch. In steps Riley Fitzgerald. Him and Rich Billings know each other very well. 3rd year that he's been with the Lightning, and he ropes this one towards the right side. And this one's some trouble for Irizarry. Fitzgerald trying to take advantage, and he will advance an extra 90 feet in scoring position.
Huge play. It's a huge mistake out there in right field from Irizarry, and it's just those little things. And now 3-3 in terms of the errors. And look at that scoreboard up there. 3-3 on the errors. Both teams with 8 base hits. And the only thing different is that score. But there's still more baseball to be played.
5 out of those 6 errors have come across the score today. Number 6 is standing at second.
Wow, that is unbelievable. You're exactly right. Yep, Jenkins reached on an error by Mercado. He came around to score.
Take it inside. 2-0.
And that will be a base hit for Fitzgerald and then an error by Irizarry, an E9.
Pleasant towards Gwynn at third. He's got it. Fitzgerald stays put, and the throw across in time for out number 2.
That's a really big out for the Snappers. They're trying to strand another runner in scoring position. TJ Sokros, really important 2 out at bat here. 4 outs to work with for the Lightning.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 14, Antonio Sokros.
And then remember, it was that error on the throw by Mercado that allowed Charlie Keller to reach third base. He would come around and score.
Persinski fires to second. Here's the throw, just late. Oh, he wanted that one.
Very, very close. Remember, when it's a head-first slide like that, umpires a lot of times will see that that hand gets in there first before the tag is applied. So usually plays like that, bang-bang plays, often go the runner's way when they get that hand in there. Lightning got the benefit of that call. But you're right, that third error standing 180 feet away.
2-0 the count on TJ. Mayers falls behind even more. 3 balls, no strikes.
Now the other side, 2 of the 3 errors for the Lightning come from Cole Bullen. Grant Como was able to score. Travella was able to score.
TJ takes 4 straight out of the strike zone. He's aboard at first with the walk.
Now batting for the Lightning, number 4, Grant Jordan.
Now, one of the errors against the Lightning, that ball by Mario Travella off his bat that Charlie Keller couldn't collect, that turned into an out for Travella, but that also could be a play that might be changed later on. Not sure. Could have gone either way.
Taken outside, 5 straight out of the strike zone by Mayer.
It's not the team to do it to. They will take advantage, and they will take their free passes.
1-0, blooped into center, long run for Fields. He gets there. Blake Fields does it again, showcases his speed, and keeps the Lightning off the board in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom half. It's Orlando up by 3. Julian Mercado will lead things off in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We welcome you back to the First Academy in Orlando, Florida. A high-stakes ball game. Winner advances to the championship series to take on the Sanford River Rats. 8-5 the scoreline. Here's the first pitch by the new pitcher of Lex Sanchez, taken for ball number 1.
Yeah, Lex Sanchez, another late addition for Coach Billings, but he has been absolutely perfect in his lone 2 outings, both out of the bullpen. 3 in the 3rd innings pitched, giving up 1 hit, no runs, and gets an out here. Little bloop fly to Ledger Pleasant. Excuse me, I said TJ Socaros, and I assumed that, and I shouldn't have. So it is Ledger Pleasant at second base. He takes over for Jenkins, who moves to 3rd base. So Pleasant's not an extra hitter anymore. He is a second baseman. Back to Lex Sanchez, 3 and now 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he has looked very, very good.
Walbert takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Hudson, aggressive, swung on and missed.
Gross breaking ball from Lex Sanchez. That starts middle, and it falls all the way into the left-handed batter's box. So tough.
A 1-1. Ball number 2. Auburn in the regular season had his ups and downs. Good defensive presence, but offensively only hit .209. Takes a 2-1 and fouls it straight back. 5 extra base hits. 4 of those were homers. The other singular one came as a 2-bagger. He's 1 for 5 in the playoffs so far. Does have a double and an RBI. 2-2. Curveball just missed upstairs.
Like that placement from Lex Sanchez. Would have been really tough to swing at. Just try to land it for a strike.
Full count. 3-2 delivered by Sanchez. That one misses. And it's a 1-out walk for Walbert.
Now batting for the Snappers, number 24, Hudson Gwynn.
Hudson Walburn led off an inning last time he was up to the plate. This time is similar scenario to where he found himself in the bottom half of the first. A runner aboard. And him stepping up. He crushed that ball, 2-run shot. He'll love to do some more of the same here right now. He's ahead, 1 ball, no strikes.
Sanchez allowed 2 free bases against the Snappers back in game 1. Also had 3 strikeouts, gave up just 1 hit, surrendered no runs.
Walburn's going. He got a good jump. Here's the throw by Bolin. Not in time.
Yeah, nobody's going to get him. That was a really good jump. He's got some speedy legs, and Cole Bolin did everything he could. Fired a strike down to second. Actually, Lex Sanchez's only 2 appearances have been versus the Snappers since he was such a late addition, coming here just the last week of the regular season.
Gwynn to short. That one skips off the shortstop of Jordan, and everyone's going to be safe. Would look to be a routine play. Hudson Gwynn will land at first. Meanwhile, Walburn will advance to third.
Now batting for the Snappers, number 22.
Yeah, I could smell some trouble when that ground ball was hit, especially with Walburn running right in front of him and the turf. It's got some awkward bounces, and I knew that Grant Jordan would have to kind of block that up a little bit more than he's used to be able to keep it in front of him, and you're just unable to do so.
That will fire out of the dugout. Rich Billings, head coach for the Lightning. It looks like he will not go to his bullpen. And that's to be expected. Like Sanchez just came into this ball game. And that error, shortstop, not his fault by any means. He should have 2 away.
Yeah, for sure. And it's risky for Walburn to go to third base. It wasn't hit super hard on the ground, but Grant Jordan was probably going to go to first anyways. And there's no reliever that's ready to go right now. There is one that has started tossing, but Coach Billings buying time for that reliever that hopefully won't have to come into this game. But Lex Sanchez, 3 strikeouts in his first 2 outings alone, or just both of those outings he had 3 strikeouts each. So he has the stuff to be able to come back and leave these runners stranded, or at least minimize the damage.
You wonder for Jordan if Walburn going from second to third played a bit of a factor, rushes you up a little bit.
That's exactly what I said, Esteban. Him running right in front of Jordan, it being a weird bouncer, has a lot of spin to it. Those things coupled together, it makes for a tough play to make. And Grant Jordan's one of the best shortstops in the league.
Well, Brzezinski was trying to make that a tough ball to find, but he got nothing. He's down in the count, 0-1. Just tipped it, 0-2.
Yeah, you see that back foot kind of give out from Pierzynski, reaching a little bit, trying to do too much with that last pitch. He's being overpowered by Lex Sanchez.
Runners at the quarters. Sanchez is 0-2. Here it is. Austin pops it up and out of play.
Yeah, Sanchez really bringing it. You can hear that grunt. I know he just got into the game, but you can best believe he's emptying out his tank. He knows that he maybe will get, the Lightning have to come back, obviously, but this will be his last inning unless something crazy happens. So he's going to give it everything he can. He knows the situation at hand. And you best believe Coach Billings has plenty of other guys that he can go to if Lex Sanchez really gives it all here and the Lightning can come back and they have to worry about a bottom of the ninth. But you got to take it pitch by pitch right now.
1-2 to Austin. Swings and misses. Pitch by pitch. You keep doing that, like Sanchez is going to work himself out of trouble and send us to the ninth.
Absolutely. Pierzynski, there's a lot of years in between him and Lex Sanchez, and that is just a battle of a veteran and a guy who's just starting out in collegiate baseball. He seemed a little bit uncomfortable with the swings. Got to hand it to Pierzynski. He fought. He kept that at-bat alive, and he fouled some really competitive pitches off, but Lex Sanchez locked in right now, and he's really fired up.
Irizarry takes ball number 1 above the letters. The 1-0. Misses as well high. 2 balls to no strikes.
He was in the driver's seat against Pierzynski. Now he's fallen behind 2-0 to Irizarry. Just 2 very different at-bats.
Irizarry swung on and missed.
Sanchez catching a big break. That looked to be well off the plate. But he got Irizarry to overextend and swing and miss. Love to see him attack the zone right here.
The 2-1. Daniel pokes it foul. 2-2. You need to get this out if you're the Lightning for so many reasons. Not just the scoring column playing into effect, but the fact that Blake Fields and the top of the lineup are waiting on deck.
Yeah, they're looming, and they're looming large. The ground ball would be perfect here.
2-2, 2 away, 2 aboard. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Pitch by pitch. That's what Vic Masia said, and that's what Lex Sanchez did.
Yeah. Did such a fantastic job overpowering Pierzynski, coming back in the count against Irizarry and just blowing it right by them. Can't ask for much more from a guy like Lex Sanchez, and now final opportunity for the Lightning.
You can ask a lot more of the bats. They'll try and get going in the top of the 9 to salvage their season. 8-5 Orlando. We'll be It's like being on a roller coaster right now.
It really is. Well, we've seen 2 innings of very crooked numbers, and besides that, a couple of 1 spots put up, but that has been it. The rest has been really good pitching. And it's weird in an 8-5 ball game, it's weird to say that we've seen really good pitching and we've seen really good offense, but both are true. We've seen some shaky defense as well.
3 outs is all that Orlando needs to make their way into the championship series. Here's Irizarry. He works ahead 2-0. Strike number 1. Julian Mayer back on the mound for the Snappers.
First at bat, so crucial for the Lightning. Every inning that they have scored in, they've gotten that leadoff man aboard.
Irizarry thought about chasing, laid off, and it's a 2-2 count.
He's also got a lot of speed, too. Can move around on the base pass, but he's got to get himself on. He's got to be aggressive, too.
2-2. To second. Como has it on a couple hops. Throws to first. That's the first down. Just like that, the Lightning down to their final 2 outs in this 2025 campaign.
Going back to that last half inning, Lex Sanchez 93 miles per hour on that last fastball right down the chute to get Daniel Irizarry swinging. That is called emptying out the tank, folks.
Strike number 1 on Thurman.
After falling behind 2-0 to Irizarry, Mayer's really just been pounding the zone.
Eli, another opportunity for Como at second. Couple more hops, throws to first. 2 down.
Love that hustle from Thurman. It doesn't matter if the Lightning are down 8-0, down 3 runs, or it's a close game, or they're ahead. He's going to give it his all. Just love that hustle from him all season long. Hats off to him. Same thing with Irizarry, dealing with a little bit of issues being banged up and still running as hard as he can to first base. And you best believe Charlie Keller will put together a really good at-bat here.
Keller will have to work behind in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Orlando on the verge of playing alive tomorrow. Hit in the air to right. Irizarry has it, and Orlando advances. The Snappers will make their way into the championship series. They will face the Sanford River Rats tomorrow after a quality performance. 8-5 the final, and it's Orlando's time to shine.
Fantastic ball game, fantastic series. Esteban, it was great to call these games with you. We saw great pitching, and at the end we saw great offense, and the Snappers put together a lot more timely hitting. They had the extra base hits as well, and they moved runners around the base paths a little bit better than the Lightning were able to. But as for Leesburg, still another great game. That 6th spot in the first inning, it definitely did them in. But besides that, whole bunch of goose eggs up there, a couple of ones up there on the scoreboard, but those ones really should be a lot more with how well the Snappers did in terms of getting base runners on. But the pitching staff of the Lightning also did a great job at limiting damage and surrendering just 1 run in a couple of frames. And it really was just that first inning that did them in.
Well, a 6-run first inning from Orlando. If we compare the game to yesterday to the game today, the team that jumped ahead early in that first inning came out victorious.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the Lightning have the 2-run shot from Charlie Keller last night, and then they were able to add on to their lead a little bit and maintain it and hold off the Snappers' bats. And here tonight, a 6th spot in the first inning usually is enough to get the job done. The Lightning made it interesting, and 6 runs would have been enough technically, but of course those 3 runs or 2 more runs definitely helped out the Snappers, gave them a really comfortable lead. And 3 runs, not the most comfortable 3-run lead, not the most comfortable lead for the Snappers, but they were able to hold off the Lightning just like the Lightning were able to do so in Game 2 against the Snappers.
Vic, it's been great working with you this season.
It's been a pleasure, Esteban, and I'm excited to see what you will do. And I know you got a big gig coming up in August, and very excited to listen to you up in Mizzou. And just excited to see what you can do, and you've done a great job this season. Most polished broadcaster, and I definitely would agree with that for sure.
Appreciate it. Means a lot, Vic. Well, tonight is all about Orlando. The Snappers survive and advance. We will see you tomorrow at Sanford, Game 1 of the championship series. Orlando against the River Rats, 7 p.m.